Playboi Carti's secret gang war in Atlanta. I think we already know a little bit about this, especially with like the Homicide gang thing. Carti even talked about it in Stop Breathing, I think, or one of the songs on Whole Lotta Red. Multiple probably, with the henchmen, against the henchmen, and Ola Runt. Especially with there was like a stabbing in jail or something. But the thing is, Carti's like outside of that. I'm sure, you know, people have been fans of Carti will DM me like, yo, Carti's a street rapper, but it's like I don't really consider him that because he's not like a Lil Durk. Like, sure, you might have some street lyrics here and there. He might have some ties, but it's like calling Drake a street rapper because he has friends who are gang members. Like, Carti's wearing fishnet tights, bruh. I'm sorry, but not saying that he can't be hard at the same time. Pause.
When we picture Playboi Carti, we don't picture a gangster rapper. We see him as like a fashion or swag artist. So that's why when I was researching this video, I was so shocked.
And you know what I'm saying? I got 2 different lives. And when I'm not being king, vamp, and all this other shit, I'm in the streets for real.
According to Carti himself, he really in the streets for real. He say he on his Hannah Montana.
Just because you say I'm in the streets for real, I don't know.
Now, if y'all choose to believe that or not, is y'all prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Fans find that hard to believe with his fashion choices, his makeup, his nails, but all that don't necessarily make him soft. After a Whole Lotta Red came out, we seen Carti outside pistol whipping someone that ran up on him.
Look, I'm not trying to diss anybody here because y'all know I like Carti, but I feel like it's almost like when you're a rapper, you want to be street so that you can have that credibility because that's where the genre came from. Carti at the beginning of his career was, you know, like he was wearing varsity jackets and like hype beast clothing. So sure, maybe he's connecting himself to street rapper, but it's almost like he's trying to be in the streets, but come on, he's not actually in the streets like selling drugs and whatnot. If anything, he's employing people to sell drugs so that he can just make more money off of the cash that he got from the label. You're calling me an NPC for saying that. Nah, you're just being a dick rider at this point. I like Carti, but I don't gotta believe everything he says. No. Look at Young Thug though. I understand that, but Young Thug, if you look back at the origins of Young Thug, especially in his music, he was posing with all those guns and everything. But if you go back to Carti's thing, like even Ruby Rose said, like, yeah, he came from a good family and everything. Go back to that No Jumper interview, and like he was just a cool kid in Atlanta. It doesn't have to be, you know, not everybody has to be the realest thing, like actually catching bodies. We saw what happened to TBT Savage. Like sometimes it's better to kind of portray an image and not necessarily be in that, because then you could get caught.
Built like that. What? Not built like that. It's cool. I'm not built like that. What you built like? I'm built like that. I'm pistol with your hands like. With your hands like. Damn. What y'all want to do?
And Carti is from Atlanta. It's no.
That doesn't prove that he's street either. That was somebody getting on him because I think his sister or his girl was going to Carti's hotel to smash, and he was getting all up in his face.
Producing some of the hottest rappers in the game, but it's also known as one of the most violent gang-ridden cities in the country. Carti rolled with some real stamp people from Atlanta, and it's also some real people in Atlanta who try to take Carti head off. But we getting ahead of ourselves. We're gonna break everything down, from the bodies to the distance to where Carti really.
I'm sorry, but if you're like even an opposing gang in Atlanta and you're coming after Carti, that's lame as hell. You're really gonna take out a goat like that? Like, imagine being the person who takes out Future or Young Thug or Drake. Like, I don't care what rivalries you have, but I know for a fact you like their music, and now you're just taking out a legend in the music game. Like, you are lame.
Following all of this, but let me give y'all some backstory first. In this video, we're focusing on.
I don't know what they got going on. I'm sure like maybe Young Thug got, you know, hired somebody to do something or whatever, but come on, like, you're really gonna point a gun at Drake and kill him and he's never gonna make a song ever again?
Two gangs that are having a violent war in Atlanta. One that goes by the Front Street Henchmen and another that goes by Back Street Homicide. Now Homicide are the ones Carti affiliated with. We seen Carti all up in Homicide members' comments. There's countless photos and videos of Carti posted with them. And we seen Carti on Homicide Block, aka Backstreet. Carti even got people from Homicide signing his label. But someone else in Homicide we gonna talk about in this video.
Maybe that's how he's like funding Homicide Gang, like the actual Homicide Gang. Like sign him to the label, put him on bankroll, put him on salary so that they can protect him in the streets.
Is a rapper named Lil One. He plays a big role in this story, and he's also linked to Playboi Carti. We seen Carti all up in his comments. We seen them hanging out together, on the phone with each other, in the studio making records, and they literally have a song together called Homicide. But Lil One's dad is known in Atlanta too. He's an OG who goes by the name Big Bank, and we gonna talk about more later in this video.
Oh damn, so he's connected with Future and Drake and 21 Savage?
But that's enough on Homicide. We gotta talk about the opposition, aka the Front Street Henchmen. Now the Henchmen the most hated in Atlanta. They beef with damn near the whole city. Not only do they got issues with Homicide, they also got smoke with YSL and 4L. The Henchmen even tried to press Trippie Redd when he came to Atlanta. They into it with anybody and everybody. But the Henchmen...
Damn, the Henchmen are out here.
Most notable rapper is a youngin from Zone 6 named Ola Runt.
Y'all know how to coming to Henchmen, coming to run shit, man. Yeah. Front Street. Yeah, get your shooter shot.
Ola Runt a little hothead who just can't seem to stay out of trouble. We seen him go on a high-speed chase with police, logging the whole thing on Instagram, then wrecking his car at a gas station. Ola Runt eventually got out on that, but is now back in jail on Operation Phoenix, which according to the FBI is an attempt to identify, investigate, and prosecute those individuals deemed most dangerous to the citizens of a city. So according to the FBI, Carti got smoked with one of the most dangerous criminals in Atlanta. Ola Runt not the only henchman rapper though. They also got rappers like 24 Left Eye and Benji Bluebill, so we gonna talk about more later. But now y'all know who's on both sides, Homicide and Henchmen. And they've been going to war, being responsible for numerous shootings around Atlanta. But the crazy part about this is there wasn't always beef. They all from the same place. They grew up together. They got some of the same dad homies. Ola Runt has pictures with a lot of Carti's good friends. If we look back at old Lil One music videos, we see Ola Runt in them. There's old screenshots of him shouting out Carti on his story. And another rapper said Ola Runt put him and Carti on the phone.
Shit, nah, I never met Carti.
Oh, okay.
I was on FaceTime with him one time though, with Ola, and then he just ain't quote my shit.
But this friendship didn't last long, and a violent street beef ensued.
Was that 645 AR? And he was on FaceTime with Carti. Carti's probably like, boy, your music trash.
They went from all being together to being divided. Everything went from being cool to diss songs and shootings. And when we seen Carti really hop in this beef is after they were ruthlessly dissing his cousin that passed. Street shit came behind this, but once again we getting ahead of ourselves. First, let's talk about what happened to cause these friends to turn to enemies. Now the reason Homicide and Henchmen fell out doesn't directly involve Carti. It has to...
Yeah, no shit. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, okay, sure, Carti might be affiliated with certain people, but like he's not the one that's actually out. He said he was in the streets while he's performing at, what was it, Lollapalooza? But yo, he's not actually in the streets like that, bro. He's in his mansion. He probably got all the gang members coming to his house and he's just chilling with them. It's like a pass, especially because if you're in a certain city, and this is all speculation, y'all. I have no idea what's going on, but I would think that it's like a pass that if you're in a certain city and they like different ties, you get protection from them for being cool to them and being generous, giving them money, giving them connections, employing them, signing them to your label, etc., etc.
To do with Ola Runt and Homicide's OG, Big Bank. Earlier in this video, I told y'all he was Lil One's dad. But Bank himself got a relationship to Carti. Bank ran a label called DTE, or Duct Tape Entertainment, and we seen Carti rocking their merch. We also seen videos of Big Bank posted with Carti. You know what I'm saying? But back to
Duct Tape. I think I saw that on that one list of gangs that the Atlanta DA might be going after.
The beef. Just like I said earlier, this is a situation of friends turn to enemies. Bank was older. He seen a lot of henchmen and Homicide grow up. And back before the beef, he was showing Ola Runt a lot of love. He believed in his music, and he was trying to use his connections to help Ola Runt. Big Bank well respected in Atlanta and has access to some of the biggest artists in the game. We seen Bank bring 21 Savage around Ola, and Bank came out saying he tried to get Meek Mill, Future, 21 Savage, and others to sign him. We seen Bank at Ola Runt shows hyping him up, and Bank was shouting him out in interviews.
Who's some of the rappers, maybe outside of your crew in Atlanta that you would want the world to pay attention to that you think might be next to represent the city?
Most definitely Ola Runt. He out my neighborhood.
Going hard, yeah.
Ola, he going nuts right now.
But then a shift happened. Now it's a bit of discrepancy about why they fell out. Big Bank says it's because people got in Ola's ear, telling him not to trust Bank. And Ola came out saying Big Bank was mad because he didn't want to sign a DTE. Regardless of the reason though, they fell out. And Ola Runt came out dissing Big Bank, filming a diss track on Front Street, which made Big Bank even more mad because he was supposed to be cool with Front Street. But they were all up in Ola's video co-signing his message. You know what I'm saying? But Ola Runt dropped the diss track, titling it My Father, a play on Big Bank's nickname The Godfather, and Big Bank and his son reacted.
Front Street, I might go live, posted on my Lizzie got the dick.
That sound like Young Boy.
Loaded in that bitch a car. Stepped up your little and make the Godfather go call the car. He got a big back, turn him to a lead. Fuck you a dope boy, you ain't so shit. Back to the 3 got more. 6 clowns.
Look at that, man.
You ain't telling it.
Bank and Ola's beef trickled down, causing a rift. This is why Homicide and Henchmen are cool no more. And around this time, we also seen Ola Runt taking shots at Carti.
These niggas fashion blood, these niggas be fashion banging, man. A lot of these fashion blood, they want to dye their hair. They want to, you know what I'm saying? They just want to dye their hair or do shit like that, man. These be blood just to dye their hair red, man.
But Homicide and Henchmen were going back and forth online. Some more affiliates came out with diss songs. Ola Runt's diss track caused a whole lot of issues. And we even seen Lil One go on Instagram Live, talking about sliding on Ola Runt and his right-hand man,
I'ma slide on Ola Runt while he's in jail, bro. I'ma get all past the security guards, no cameras and everything. I'ma find him in his jail cell. That's the craziest thing. I'ma slide on Ola Runt while he's in jail. But I guess that's what Carti said. He's gonna get some with a pie or for a pie while Ola's in jail, like get him cut up. So, hey, I guess that's the easiest way to take someone out. They're confined into a small space.
24 Left Eye.
On my mama, I ain't never seen so many henchmen running at the funeral. I seen running. I seen little Left Eye. I swear to God, I seen Left Eye watching Ola get shot at, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God. Ola done went to the right. Left Eye was just little. I said, oh, hell no.
These niggas going on live giving out confessions. But we still ain't see Carti say something publicly. We know Carti not someone we see on social.
You know why? Because he don't want to be convicted. As soon as Homicide Gang come through, like get locked up. I mean, I don't want to put any snitch accusations on people, but it's gonna be same thing as Gunna. Like, yo, I know I made some songs about homicide, but that's the gang. You know, I just signed the artist. Like, that's part of their name. I didn't even know there was a gang.
Social media like that. He don't drop music, and we only see new photos of him every few months. We ain't see him dissing the Henchmen for a minute. But all that changed after Homicide affiliate and Carti close friend Sosa passed. It's someone Carti looked to as a brother. We always seen them around each other. We seen them in the studio together, at basketball games, in the club together. We seen them hooping. We seen them on FaceTime. They were just constantly with each other. We even seen Sosa wearing Carti's chain. But in June 2020, Sosa gets murdered. Homicide was grieving. Carti changed his Twitter name to RP Sosa. We still hear Homicide rappers shout out Sosa to this day. R5 Homicide even came out with a whole project dedicated to him, titled Everything for Sosa. Carti also spoke on Sosa's death at Rolling Loud.
I was thinking about my brother, you know. I lost my brother recently. His name was Sosa, and I really loved him so much.
But while we see Homicide grieving they lost, the Henchmen were celebrating, and we seen them come out relentlessly dissing Sosa. It's 2 million Henchmen we seen dissing Sosa, Ola Runt, and his right-hand man, 24 Left Eye. We seen 24 Left Eye come on Instagram talking about Sosa, and they were dropping diss after diss to him.
Pussy niggas think he's Tony. Let me show your ass Sosa. Front Street, everybody smoking on Sosa.
Hey, let's smoke also smoking Sosa, me and AR.
Lola Sammy, I can't go out like Sosa. Found scratched out like he do yoga.
These are just a few.
That's crazy. Like, a whole gang is coming at Sosa, but like Carti's camp not. I mean, they might have responded a couple times, but like they're doing dedications. Like, they're not even responding. Be the better men. You don't want to end up like BDB Savage.
There's plenty more disses scattered throughout their music. But the crazy part about this is that they were all friends. They really know each other. If we look back, we can see Sosa in Ola Runt's likes. And there's literally photos of Ola Runt with Sosa. You know what I'm saying? But this is where we see Carti hop in. A few months later, on Christmas Day 2020, Playboi Carti released his highly anticipated album, Whole Lotta Red.
It's gonna be Stop Breathing.
He changed up his style on this project. It had huge success, but he also used some of the songs to send messages to his ops, most notably in track 3, aka Stop Breathing. Carti spoke about this song in an interview, saying it's a different side of Carti that he don't want fans to see, and saying he made that song for his brother who passed, Big Sosa. He came out here talking crazy, talking about his mob ties, saying he on demon time, and shouting out Homicide members, Lil Bino, Lil Demon, and R5 Homicide. We hear Carti rap about staying strapped, killing ops, and saying since Sosa died, he been thinking about homicide. Carti says he's in a tank on the way to Front Street, aka Henchman Block, and he said he was smoking.
Whoa, I didn't know that. Smoking on Henchmen, got it fried.
On the Henchman. Then he said this about Ola Runt, who ended up getting locked up by the FBI in between Sosa's death and when a whole lot of Red came out.
I got niggas in chain gang on my side. I had the niggas shake on.
That's what it was, Shank. I was like, yo, they're trying to stab him in jail for a pie.
5, 4, 5.
Now this set off a frenzy. The Henchman came back responding instantly. Ola Runt even came out responding from his cell, saying diss songs don't bring back dead niggas, while posting up the song where he was dissing Sosa. He also used Carti's diss to promote his album, saying his album dropping soon. Tag Playboi Carti if you ready. 24 left.
Again, bruh, I know people are like, Carti really hood. It doesn't take that much to like say something contextually correct or like I could say my girl got in an accident or got shot and killed. I could go on a video and like spout a bunch of nonsense being like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but that doesn't necessarily mean like I'm gang affiliated. Like, rap lyrics are a story. It doesn't always mean it's real. How have we not learned this? It's called cap rap. Now, I'm not saying Carti ain't hood, but he's been thinking about homicide. Like, it just gets people riled up. But now, yeah, he might have to answer to a RICO if they start coming after Homicide and the Henchmen beef, because it is taking bodies. I mean, people already died. Sosa, among others, likely.
I came out tweeting, no more rap ish is up with you. Stand on that gangsta ish at Playboi Carti. The Henchman rapper I was talking about earlier, Benji Bluebells, came out with his own remix.
Keontae coming in here, you know you white, right? I hate how people like you act like it's a bad thing. Y'all be dissing white people like, oh, you white. Okay? You know that when you say that to a white person, you're essentially dissing yourself, because you're trying to take me down because you think that you're less. That's literally what it is. It's like bullying, but you think that you're less, and therefore you're trying to say that I'm on a pedestal, I'm privileged, I'm white. So once you get out of that mind state and just realize we're equal, you'd understand how stupid you sound.
Titling it Stop Bleeding, coming for Carti, saying he not really tapped into these streets.
Like you're white, man. You can't even relate to killing and all that. Like you're basically saying that, you know what? I ain't gonna say it because people are gonna clip that and think that I'm being racist.
And insinuating that the Henchman had Sosa backdoored. He said him and 24 Left Eye was still smoking on Sosa, and he responded to Carti saying he's smoking on the Henchman.
And smoking on Henchmen, what you said, little bro, that shit real risky. And all I never got shanked in the feds, you cap it really. This is a PSA to play.
This is what I'm saying. You're saying. You're essentially saying you're white, meaning you don't do all this. You don't do all this shooting, killing, blah blah blah. This is what you are saying. So you're being racist against yourself. Think about that.
Boy pussy, I smacked the red about his dreads. I'm finna spit on Iggy.
Benji also said everyone in Atlanta knows the Henchmen are the ones really stepping, and that Carti's never even been to Front Street. He was going in on Carti, and later some audio leaked online where fans say Carti was talking about Benji.
Stop hating on me, bro. Don't be making up no shit like that. I'm from Atlanta, bro. What happens if I get that nigga knocked off, bro? Hey, come on, bro. Y'all can't be playing like that, bro.
What you taking this at?
Get that nigga knocked off for real.
24 Left Eye also dropped his own track, titled Whole Lotta Red, coming for Carti, saying Carti got money on his head and saying this about Carti and Sosa.
Playing little boy, I got Carti. When I look through my lens, just a whole lot of red. I ain't been the same since his brother died. Smoking on that sauce, got him traumatized. If he no pussy nigga, then why you got your nails dead?
The henchmen weren't done with this nigga though. Olaran couldn't drop a diss from jail, so he had his.
See, here's the thing. Why you gotta be a little bit more contextual or sneak diss. That's why Drake does it right. Because if anyone does pass away, get killed or whatever that you're dissing, at least they're kind of protected because it's open to interpretation. If you say a whole lot of red, like you're almost giving away too many clues as to who you're talking about. So if Carti were to ever die, you'd be the first person that the cops are going for.
This girl dissed Carti, which was so ass I'm not even gonna play. Olaran did the intro though and said this.
Nigga, ever since her brother died, it ain't been a homicide. Nigga like me ain't beefing with no whole ass nigga, man. I'ma let my bitch eat on a bitch, man. Keep my name out your song, nigga. My name out your mouth. Whole lot of red, nigga, when I see you, nigga.
So a bunch of henchmen were just taking turns dissing Carti for what he said on Whole Lot of Red. Carti not.
I feel like Carti don't even care. He's like, y'all are peons. Y'all literally got like 10K followers combined, whereas Carti got like millions. And he can afford security, all that. Nobody even knows where he is. That's probably why. Actually, that's probably why he does not pop out anywhere, because he doesn't want the actual street people to know where he is to kill him.
Not someone that be online like that, so we didn't see him respond. But this ain't stopped the henchmen from continuing to diss. They would take every chance they had to diss Carti. We seen 24 left out clown.
You're saying a good lawyer. The feds are not coming to get him for saying a whole lot of red. A good lawyer will easily defend that. How do you think that these street rappers that aren't even clouded can afford a good lawyer? They don't. Also, let's see. Let's go back to the lyrics that he said.
Carti and Sosa. Girl dissed Carti.
Get that nigga knocked.
Playing little boy, I got Carti.
He said Carti, bro. What are you talking about? How can you defend that? He literally mentioned his name. Y'all crazy.
Continuing to diss. They would take every chance they had to diss Carti. We seen 24 left out clowning Carti for his fashion choices. Left out was constantly dissing Sosa, and we even had a fan leaking his DMs with Benji Bluebills, where we see Benji Bluebills DMing the fan that Carti not no factor in these streets, he a joke. He not no killer, he's a clown. No one's stepping for him, and Homicide extorting his soft ass. He said Homicide.
Well, see, that's what I was trying to tell y'all before. Obviously he's cool with Homicide Gang, but at the same time, a lot of these rappers just like fund the gangs. They're not necessarily out there doing any of the dirty work. That's all I meant when I said these rappers ain't actually street. Like, there's no way a millionaire would be risking his life going out in the streets, living at like the whatever house that they chill at, dealing the drugs. Like, they got way too much at stake. Carti's probably chilling at his mansion in the studio every night, his home studio, that is, in a $2 million house, eating good takeout every single night with baddies. The baddies ain't hanging around, like the real baddies, the industry baddies. They ain't hanging around all that street shit.
Homicide got Carti brainwashed into thinking he from the streets, and Benji finished off by saying Carti dissed LeBron about an issue he had nothing to do with. Now he gonna watch all his homies die. Then he said the henchmen up on the score 8-2. Now in my whole YouTube career, I've never seen nothing like this. Rappers out here just snitching on themselves to fans. These niggas is crazy. Ever since Carti dissed the henchmen, they've been taking every opportunity to come at him.
But that's also because of clout. Like, it's all a clout game, especially when you know the pull Carti got. Of course, you're gonna mention him every chance you can get. Like, the disses were just gonna come no matter what, because it's gonna get 10x more views than you would have before, just because it has Carti in it. Even the Carti fans are gonna listen to it. Some of them might even be your fans because they just love to get in all the drama.
And we will see the henchmen celebrated once again after another one of Carti's close friends passed. A rapper named R5 Homicide, who we talked about earlier in this video, because he dropped that project Everything for Sosa, and because Carti shouted him out on Stop Breathing. R5 ended up overdosing. We see Homicide affiliates grieving on the story. One posted with the caption, "We're gonna watch my back now, take me with you, twin," at R5 Homicide. And we seen 24 left eye hop in the comments trolling.
Damn. That's crazy.
We're having a field day with this. Ola Run dropped a brand new song titled Suicidal Consequences. And 24 Left Eye posted, he wasn't even a worthy opponent, he killed himself. Then Left Eye hopped on
God damn, the disrespect.
Instagram Live dissing even more. And in the coming months, we will see Benji Bluebills dropping songs dissing R5.
Coochie ass niggas killing themselves and shit.
Killed himself. I'm talking about blip.
R5, he gets smoked to the face. We killing these niggas, be quiet. And you know that we smoke R5.
Anytime anything.
See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are claiming the lawyer is gonna get them out of that. He's literally saying we're smoking on R5. We kill people, blah, 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 blah. The proof is literally right there in the lyrics explicitly. There isn't even any other interpretation to it.
Happened, whether the henchman had something to do with it or not, they came out dissing. You know what I'm saying? We still hadn't seen Carti address them since Stop Breathing. But that still ain't stopped social media from freaking out. When it leaked online, that Homicide were potentially the next RICO victims. The DA in Atlanta is out here gunning, trying to find the next rapper she can hit with a RICO. We just seen how she did YSL. And it
I know R5 killed himself. I'm just saying, when you, like, hypothetically, if you were to say lyrics similar to that, you're incriminating yourself. There's no ways. Like, Gunna went to jail for a long time and he didn't really do a crime, so that's why he got out and he kind of snitched. The proof we'll see later on if he did or not. But I assume that these henchmen are not gonna snitch unless they turn into that too. But like, they are saying things that are way worse than Gunna, which is he just wearing a YSL chain and saying that he's YSL. But they're saying they can get you whenever they want. The good lawyers, I don't want to hear it. The government can do whatever they want. Y'all saw what happened to Andrew Tate.
DA hungry to lock some new rappers up. She said, if you admit to your crimes over a beat, I'm gonna use it. She announced herself.
What I tell you? Everyone's arguing with me. They gonna take you no matter what, bro. It's the government. It is the largest business in the world. They got more. They print the goddamn money.
That they're trying to indict more rappers over the coming months. And a journalist came out saying that the DA's office confirmed to him that Homicide is one of several street gangs en route to a RICO charge. He said Homicide is tied to Carti and even referenced their beef with the henchmen, saying there's a trail of dead and jailed rappers through this beef. He said Homicide and its affiliates are collecting bodies. Some are theirs, some are those of their enemies, and the powers that be have noticed. Keep in mind, this is the same journalist who predicted the YSL RICO a month before it happened, and now he's predicting the downfall of Homicide. Even when we compare the situation to YSL's, we see similarities. YSL's beef with YFN played a huge part in them getting locked up. They were causing havoc throughout the city, being responsible for numerous shootings.
Did y'all see that? In the music video, the dog was literally humping the other dog. What are they doing?
Throughout the city, being responsible for
what is going on here? Bro!
Numerous shootings and murders, with bystanders being caught in the crossfire. And a few months before YSL got picked up for a RICO, YFN did. This could be history repeating itself. Two big groups beefing, terrorizing the city. For all we know, this could be the downfall of Homicide and Henchmen. Even if Carti not connected like that, people said the same thing about Gunna, and he still got caught in it. Carti gotta watch out for the
Hey, I said the same connection.
Henchmen and the DA. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is Carti a real menace, hiding it with his weird aesthetic? Or did he pay his way into a gang after making it rapping? But that's it for this video. I'm almost sizing him out.
Yeah, I think a lot of these rappers, they get big. Sure, they may be from the streets, but like, they may not be that hood. They get famous, and then they need protection and the credibility of the street so that they can continue to progress their career, because hip hop did come from the streets. So you get like another demographic behind you. So it's always good to have that. Actually, maybe not always good, considering it can get you into some trouble, similar to potentially what's going on now, especially in the government. Not only the government though, but if you start dissing other gangs, like, they can actually come after you. But again, Carti's protected, I hope. He's got the money for security. Nobody knows where he actually is. Only the hackers know his IP address, but I don't think they would risk his life. Hip hop came from the early 70s, not the streets. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to hear that. Hip hop came from this. Just because it came from the 70s doesn't mean it came from this. Doesn't mean that it didn't come from the streets. That doesn't make sense. That's a time period versus like a demographic.